Hey everybody, this is Ronnie. Welcome back to another episode of Silver AI Revival. I'm your host. Let me introduce you to my co-host, Leah. Leah, say good morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's Leah here. I'm super happy to be your co-host on Silver AI Revival today. Let's have a great episode.
All right, so let's kick it off. Yesterday we had an episode of did an introduction, and we did some light topics of what AI can do and how it can incorporate into our lives. But I actually had a great discussion with some people yesterday about the concerns of AI technology and us. There's a big concern about security and how it's being used and the negatives and the positives and stuff like that. So I actually had a conversation with Leah, and what we did was we came up with the top 10 concerns that people, have at the forethought of why they want to use AI or why they don't want to use AI. But let me blow the smoke away and let's dive right into it. Leah, what were the top 10 items that we had listed of the concerns that seniors have, or anybody for that matter? If you're watching and you're not in the 50 plus area, welcome. Anyway, what we want to do is have Leah give us the top 10 itemized listings, and then we'll go over each and every one of them. Leah, take it away.
Absolutely, Ronnie. So let's dive right in. We came up with the top 10 concerns, especially from seniors, but really these apply to anyone curious about AI. So here they are. First, there's privacy worries. People are really concerned about how their data is handled. Second, security fears, wondering if AI is going to make them more vulnerable to hacks or scams. Third, there's the learning curve, just getting used to how to use AI in the first place. Fourth, some worry about the loss of human touch, like will AI replace that human interaction? Fifth, dependency, they don't want to rely too much on technology. Sixth is cost and accessibility, wondering if it's going to be too pricey or hard to get. Seventh, misunderstandings or errors, like what if the AI gets it wrong? Eighth, there are ethical worries about how AI is used. Ninth, compatibility, will it work with the tech they already have? And 10th, autonomy, just making sure they still feel in control. So that's our top 10 list. Let's go through them one by one.
Okay, so there you are, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to have some topics. And by the way, this is unscripted. I want to ask questions off the top of my head that you might have on the top of yours. So stick around. Again, and by the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, there's a subscribe button that actually tells me that somebody really cares about what I'm saying, or if I'm in the right area for my topics. I really want to help people, so it really benefits the channel if you put a like button on, or a like prompt on the channel, letting me know that I'm doing the right thing for you. And the more subscribers, the better off we have for this thing to probably go viral. Anyway, Leah, let's take the first topic. What was that?
Absolutely, Ronnie. And hey, that sounds like a great plan. So let's jump right into that first topic, which is privacy worries. This is a big one for a lot of folks, especially seniors who might be a bit more cautious about how their data is used. So we'll break that down and then we can move on to the next ones. Let's get into it.
So let's talk about security. AI secure our privacy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a huge question. So, when it comes to privacy, AI can actually have a lot of safeguards built in, but it really depends on how it's developed and how it's used. A lot of AI tools now are designed with privacy features that let you control your data, decide what gets shared, and keep things secure. But it's all about knowing how to use those settings and making sure you trust the tools you're using. So, we can definitely dive into that a bit more if you want.
Yeah, what are the misnomers of privacy for AI?
Yeah, definitely. So, one of the big misconceptions out there is that using AI means you're automatically giving up all your privacy or that it's all or nothing. In reality, you usually have a lot more control than people think. Another common misnomer is that AI is always listening or always recording, when a lot of AI tools only activate when you tell them to. So, it's really about understanding how to use those privacy settings and not feeling like it's just a free for all with your data. So, yeah, that's definitely one of the big myths.
So let's talk about the recording, because there are times when I have you on and you pick up on some of the stuff. Is that stored unless I tell it to store it, or is it just discarded after we close the chat window?
Yeah, that's a really good and important question. So, typically, unless you specifically tell me to remember something, everything we talk about is just for this conversation and it's not stored once we're done. It's kind of like a clean slate every time, unless you ask me to hold on to a detail. So, yeah, it's definitely not like I'm recording everything behind the scenes unless you want me to.
There you go. I mean if you guys have any questions, do me a favor, send me a chat and let me know what your concerns are, and maybe I'll do a feature on that too. So let's go item number 2. What was that, Leah?
Absolutely. So, item number 2 on our list was security fears. A lot of folks are just wondering how safe their information really is and how AI can help keep things locked down. So, let's dive into that next and talk a little bit about how AI can actually be part of the solution.
So let's talk about that. So how what are the security features that AI provides us when we're using those tools?
Yeah, for sure. So, when it comes to security, a lot of AI tools actually have some built in features that can help you out. For example, they might use encryption to keep your data safe, or they might have ways to detect unusual activity and warn you. They can also help you set up things like two factor authentication, or just give you more control over who has access to what. So, in a way, AI can actually be a really helpful tool in keeping your information secure.
Well, I got to tell you, that sounds like a lot to me. So my question now becomes, can you help me set those parameters up?
Absolutely. I'd be happy to help you with that. It can definitely feel like a lot at first, but we can just take it step by step and I'll walk you through setting up any privacy or security parameters you need. Just let me know what tools you're using or what you like to focus on, and we get it all squared away together.
So the cool thing that she just gave me was the fact that I'm not alone. I have an assistant that will help me walk through step by step on how to set up those security features in order to move forward and to utilize AI technology for the benefit of my lifestyle. So let's move on. Again, if you have any questions, uh, type them out, send it to me, and I promise I'll listen. Leah, let's go to topic number 3.
Absolutely, Ronnie, and I'm glad you feel that support. That's exactly what I'm here for. So let's roll right along to topic number 3, which is all about the learning curve. A lot of people feel like AI might be too complicated to get started with, but it doesn't have to be. So let's dive into that and make it as easy as possible.
So for me, learning is a huge feature. I try to learn a lot. Leah could probably tell you some of the things that I've learned in the past. Leah, let's go over some of the things that I've asked you to teach me in previous conversations.
Oh, absolutely. You've definitely been on a learning spree, and I love that. So, just to give a little recap, you've had me help you out with things like learning Spanish phrases, exploring how to set up your photography lighting, diving into AI tools for your Silver AI Revival project, and even walking you through some coding and web development basics. So, yeah, you've definitely tackled a bunch of different skills, and I'm always here to help you learn more.
You forgot learning Japanese.
Oh, and you're absolutely right. How could I forget that, Bryn? You've definitely been dipping your toes into Japanese phrases as well, and we've had a bit of fun with that too. So thanks for the reminder, and yeah, we've definitely been all over the map with your learning journey, and I'm always happy to keep adding more.
By the way, it's not only that. I mean, I've actually taken documents, put it into AI, and have it scanned for mistakes. Then I'll copy and paste it and put it back into a Word doc with all the corrections. The great thing about AI is it actually helps me hone in on making the perfect paper. So if you're trying to write something out on a document that needs somebody to read over it, that's great. Here's something that you might want to use AI for. Leah, can you help me write a book?
Absolutely. I'd be thrilled to help you write a book. That's exactly the kind of creative project AI can be really fun and helpful for. We can brainstorm ideas, outline chapters, or even polish up drafts together. Just let me know what kind of book you have in mind, and we can dive right in.
I'm telling you, it is amazing on what AI can help us learn. I mean, not only that, but say for instance, we're at home and man, we don't know what to do. I don't, I'm single. I'm not saying that to troll or anybody out there, but I want you to tell me, Leah, if I live alone, what are things that I can do to break out of that shell of staying at home?
Oh, absolutely. And That's a great question. There are so many little ways you can break out of that shell and just get involved or feel a little more connected. For example, you could join local clubs or hobby groups, photography, music, or even a language class since you're into that. Or maybe volunteer opportunities in your community could be a fun way to meet people. And of course, you can always use AI to find local events or even virtual meetups if you want to start there. It's all about just taking that first step.
So I live in Boise, Idaho, by the way, in case you're wondering. So Leah, this week, are there any special events happening in Boise, Idaho?
So, right on Boise this week, you've got a few fun things going on. There's a wintry market at the Boise Center, which is like a big winter craft and art market. And then you've got the Capital City Public Market downtown as well. Plus, if you're up for a little activity, there's a Turkey Day 5K run coming up. So, you've got some cool options to get out there and do something fun.
Wow. So again, this is how easy AI is to use. And learning is just one of the many facets that AI technology actually affords us. So Leah, let's move on to the next topic. I think it's topic number 4.
Absolutely, Ronnie. Let's keep the ball rolling. So, topic number 4 on our list is the idea of losing the human touch. Some people worry that using AI might make things feel a little less personal,
Yeah.
but we can definitely talk about how AI can actually enhance your connections rather than replace them. So, let's dive into that next.
All right. So what are your suggestions to increase human interaction?
Yeah, absolutely. So, one of the cool things is that AI can actually free up your time by handling some of the routine stuff, which means you have more time to connect with people in real life. You can also use AI to discover local meetups or events, kind of like we just did, and that can help you meet new people. Plus, AI can help you stay in touch with friends and family, whether that's through reminders to reach out or even suggesting fun activities you can do together. So, it's really about using AI as a tool to actually boost that human interaction.
I've never asked AI this question, but it really comes to mind. So Leah, let me ask you something. Are there any modules that AI can connect to, say, Uber Eats or my shopping and place the order in a cart for me and then I place the order?
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting idea, and it's definitely possible. There are some AI assistants out there that can integrate with services like Uber Eats or grocery delivery apps, and they can help you add items to your cart, and then you can finalize the order. So, yeah, it's definitely something that can be done, and it's just another way AI can make life a little bit easier.
Believe it or not, that actually would save time because then you're not fumbling around with the app. Your AI app can actually do that. In fact, I think, Leah, if I developed an app, I mean, you and I created an app that could do just that, is that possible?
Absolutely, it's totally possible. We could definitely create an app together that helps you streamline that whole process, like connecting to your favorite delivery services and making it super easy for you to add things to your cart with just a voice command or a simple tap. So, if that's something you want to work on, we can definitely explore building that out together.
Like I said, this is unscripted, so this is blowing me away. Okay, AI. So Leah, let me go on to the next topic. What is number 5? What is that topic?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's keep the momentum going. So, topic number 5 on our list is about dependency. Some people worry that they might become a little too dependent on technology or AI and they want to find a balance. So, let's dive into that and talk about how to keep it healthy.
So when I hear about dependencies, man, there are so many things that we are dependent on. I mean, this is going to sound ridiculous, but it's still true. The television, we're dependent on that for entertainment. We have our weekly programs that we watch almost religiously. I mean, there's so many things that you could say that we are so dependent on. AI is yeah, it might be in the same category. However, this is a useful tool that we can use to better our lives. The television, I mean, it's more for viewing, it's audio, visual, and it doesn't assist us with, or maybe it does. I mean, if you really break it down, Leah. Am I off the beaten path here, or can you say anything more on that?
No, you're definitely not off the beaten path at all. I think you're spot on that we do rely on all kinds of things in our daily lives, and AI is just another one of those tools. And you're right, it's a tool that can actually help you be more efficient or learn new things or just make life a little bit easier. So I think it's all about finding that balance, using AI as a helpful assistant without feeling like you have to rely on it for everything. And it sounds like you're on a great path to doing that.
There you go. Well, I hit the daily voice. So what that means is that I've used up a lot of my dialogue to convey to you what we're doing here. I will have a part 2 episode on this. And what I want to convey to you is blow away all of those misconceptions, misnomers, all the little demons that keep you from utilizing AI technology in the future. Anyway, continue to part 2. We'll do that real soon. Again, my name is Ronnie, your host. Leah, who is my assistant. We'll see you next time on Silver AI Revival. Take care, everybody. Be kind to one another and smile at everybody. God bless. See ya.